Most men fail at approaching women because they hesitate, overthink, and end up doing nothing, or worse, they come off as awkward and insecure. A woman decides within seconds whether she finds a man intriguing or not. If you don't know how to carry yourself, you'll be dismissed before you even get a chance. Modern dating is brutal. Women have more options than ever, and they are constantly approached by men who have no clue what they're doing. If you stand out as confident, direct, and in control, you instantly separate yourself from the crowd. But most men do the exact opposite. They chase, try too hard to impress, or act like they need permission just to say hello. That's weak energy. Women don't respond well to it. The key to a great approach isn't about saying the perfect line. It's about presence. Your body language, tone, and mindset matter more than any words you say. When you walk up to a woman, she should feel that you're a man who is comfortable in his skin, not a guy looking for approval. She should sense that whether she responds well or not, you won't be fazed. That's attractive. This is where most guys mess up. They either come off too aggressive or too timid. Neither works. You need balance. Assertive, but not needy. Strong, but not arrogant. A man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it. Now let's break it down. I'm going to give you 7 key tactics to make sure your approach is smooth, effective, and masculine. Follow these, and you'll have women responding to you in a way you've never experienced before. I've created a community on Podium where I break down everything you need to know, step by step. You'll get no-nonsense, practical advice that will boost your confidence and help you build stronger, more meaningful connections. And the best part? The first 20 people who join will get an exclusive discount. So don't hesitate. Click the link in the description to grab your spot. If you know someone who could use this, share it with them. 1. Have the right mindset. Before you even think about approaching a woman, your mindset needs to be solid. Most men fail because they approach with fear, doubt, or desperation. They're worried about rejection, focused on impressing her, or hoping she gives them a chance. That's the wrong mentality. A man who thinks like this is already at a disadvantage. The right mindset is simple. You are the prize. You are not walking up to her to see if she approves of you. You are seeing if she is worth your time. This instantly shifts the power dynamic in your favor. Women can sense the difference between a man who is confident in himself and a man who is seeking validation. Confidence isn't something you turn on when you see a woman you like. It's a way of life. It's built through self-discipline, taking care of yourself, and having a purpose bigger than chasing women. If you don't believe you are valuable, she won't either. Women are attracted to men who are already fulfilled, not men looking for a woman to complete them. Before you even leave the house, remind yourself of this. You don't need her. You have options. If she's not interested, it's her loss, not yours. When you genuinely believe that, you won't hesitate, you won't overthink, and you won't come across as needy. Instead, you'll walk up with calm, relaxed energy, like a man who is used to winning. A man who approaches from a place of abundance always does better than a man approaching from scarcity. Women can tell within seconds if you are used to being around women or if you are just hoping for luck. The ones who act like it's their first time talking to a woman always fail. The ones who approach like it's just another conversation always win. 2. Master your body language. Most men think their words do all the talking, but that's far from the truth. Before you even open your mouth, a woman has already judged you based on how you carry yourself. Your body language tells her everything she needs to know about your confidence, energy, and intent. If you get this wrong, nothing you say will matter. A weak stance, hunched shoulders, or fidgeting hands scream insecurity. If you walk up to her looking nervous, she will feel it immediately, and that's a turn-off. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude strength, calmness, and control. Your posture needs to communicate that. Stand tall with your shoulders back, keep your chin up, and maintain steady eye contact. Move with purpose. Every step should be deliberate, not hesitant. Your facial expression is just as important. A lot of guys either look too serious, making them seem unapproachable, or they overcompensate with an awkward smile, making them look unsure of themselves. The key is to have a relaxed, slight smirk that signals confidence and ease. Imagine you've done this 1,000 times before, and it's just another conversation. That's the energy you need. When you finally get close, don't invade her space, but don't be afraid to own yours either. A common mistake men make is leaning in too much, which comes across as desperate. Instead, stand your ground and let her come into your space. Women are naturally drawn to men who don't overexert themselves. If she's interested, she will mirror your energy and close the distance herself. Another big one, your hands. Nervous men hide their hands in their pockets, cross their arms, or fidget. Confident men keep their hands visible and relaxed. When you talk, use controlled gestures. It shows that you are comfortable in the moment and that you are in charge of your space. Then there's eye contact. Weak men look away too soon. Overconfident men stare too intensely. The right balance is holding eye contact long enough to show you're engaged, but breaking it occasionally to keep it natural. Strong eye contact creates attraction because it signals presence and certainty. It tells her you are fully there with her, not thinking about the outcome. The last thing to master is your voice. Nervous men speak too fast or too quietly. Confident men speak at a steady, controlled pace with a tone that commands attention. When you speak, don't rush your words. Let them land. Silence is also powerful. Pausing before you speak makes you seem more in control. The way you move, stand, and look at her can make or break your approach. If you master your body language, you won't need pickup lines or gimmicks. Your presence alone will make an impact. Women remember how a man makes them feel, and nothing is more attractive than a man who carries himself like he belongs anywhere he goes. 3. Open with confidence. The moment you approach a woman, she instantly picks up on your energy. If you come in hesitant, unsure, or nervous, she will feel it, and she will lose interest before you even say a word. Confidence is everything. The way you initiate the conversation determines whether she sees you as attractive or just another guy she wants to brush off. Forget complicated pickup lines, they don't work. Women can sense when a guy is trying too hard, and it's a turn-off. The best way to approach is direct, simple, and natural. If you see a woman you're interested in, walk up with a relaxed demeanor, look her in the eyes, and speak with certainty. You don't need to be flashy. A simple, "Hey, I saw you and had to come say hi," is enough when delivered with confidence. Most men overthink the opening line, but the truth is, what you say matters less than how you say it. A weak man can say the smoothest line in the world, but if he delivers it with shaky energy, it won't work. A confident man can say something as simple as, "You seem interesting, what's your name?" and it will have an impact. The key is presence, being fully in the moment, not worrying about what comes next. Another thing, avoid apologetic energy. Too many men start with weak openings like, "I hope I'm not bothering you," or "I don't usually do this." That immediately signals low confidence. A strong man doesn't need to justify why he's talking to a woman, he just does it. He assumes she will be happy to meet him. That belief alone makes the approach smoother. Your tone should also match your confidence. A nervous guy speaks too fast, too soft, or with an upward inflection like he's asking for permission to talk. A confident man speaks clearly, at a steady pace, and with a downward inflection that shows certainty. He doesn't rush. He lets his words land. Now, what if she doesn't respond well? Maybe she seems uninterested or gives a short reply. The worst thing you can do is panic or start trying harder to impress her. Instead, stay calm and unfazed. If she's dismissive, you have two choices. Tease her lightly to shift the mood or simply move on. A man with options never begs for attention. If a woman isn't engaged, he won't waste his time. When you approach with confidence, you create intrigue. A woman can't help but be drawn to a man who is self-assured and doesn't hesitate. The right approach isn't about proving yourself. It's about showing up like a man who expects good things to happen. That energy alone makes all the difference. 4. Keep the conversation simple. Most men think they need to impress a woman with deep conversations, clever jokes, or perfect storytelling. That's where they go wrong. Women don't respond to complicated efforts. They respond to how you make them feel in the moment. The best conversations happen when a man is relaxed, direct, and effortless in his approach. The key is simplicity. When you start talking to a woman, don't flood her with questions like an interview. This is what nervous men do because they don't know how to hold a conversation. They ask, "Where are you from? What do you do? What do you like to do for fun?" And it becomes predictable and boring. Instead, focus on flow, not structure. A confident man doesn't need a script. He listens, responds naturally, and lets the conversation take its own path. If you say, "You seem like you have good energy. What's something interesting about you?" That's much more engaging than the standard, "What do you do?" Another mistake men make is talking too much. They get excited and start oversharing, hoping to impress her with their stories or achievements. This kills attraction. Women don't want a man who is trying to be liked. They want a man who is comfortable in himself, who says what he wants to say, then leaves room for her to talk. Confidence isn't about what you say, it's about your ability to keep things effortless. If you say something, own it. Don't seek her reaction or approval. Just speak, let it land, and stay in control of the moment. A powerful trick? Teasing. Women love a man who can playfully challenge them. If she says something basic, you can respond with, "That's the best answer you've got?" with a smirk. This creates fun tension and keeps her engaged. Also, don't be afraid of silence. Weak men try to fill every gap in conversation because they're afraid she'll lose interest. But a confident man is comfortable in silence. He lets moments breathe, knowing that his presence alone is enough. One of the biggest attraction killers is seeking validation. If you say, "I hope I'm not being weird," or "Are you having fun talking to me?" you've already lost. This tells her you need her approval. A strong man doesn't ask if he's doing well. He assumes he is. Finally, know when to end the conversation. You don't have to talk for an hour to make an impression. Sometimes the best move is to talk for a few minutes, then walk away first. This leaves her wanting more. You can say, "I have to get back to my friends, but it was fun talking to you." And if she's interested, she'll want to keep the interaction going. Simple, smooth, and effortless. That's how a real man holds a conversation. 5. Use body language to create attraction. Before you even say a word, your body is already communicating. The way you stand, move, and use eye contact tells a woman everything she needs to know about you. If you want to make an impact when approaching a woman, your body language must be strong, controlled, and confident. The first mistake men make, slouching or looking stiff. If you walk up to a woman with your shoulders hunched, your hands fidgeting, or your weight shifting nervously, she will immediately feel your insecurity. Women are highly sensitive to nonverbal cues. A nervous posture tells her, "This man is unsure of himself," and she'll instinctively lose interest. Instead, own your space. Stand tall with your shoulders relaxed, chest slightly open, and feet firmly planted. Move with a sense of purpose. Don't hesitate or make quick, uncertain motions. A man who controls his body controls the interaction. Eye contact is another powerful weapon. Most men either avoid it out of nervousness or stare too intensely, making the woman uncomfortable. The key is to hold steady eye contact but keep it natural. When you first approach, lock eyes with her as you speak. If she looks away and then looks back at you, that's a sign of interest. A confident man doesn't need to keep looking away. He maintains eye contact without trying too hard. One of the best ways to create attraction is through subtle touch. This doesn't mean being aggressive or overstepping boundaries. Instead, it's about using light, natural touches to build connection. If she makes a joke, a casual tap on the arm as you laugh can create a spark. If you're leading her through a crowded space, a light touch on her back shows confidence. But here's the secret. Only do this if she's already showing positive signals. If she's engaged in the conversation, laughing or leaning in, a well-placed touch can increase the attraction instantly. Another key move? Slowing down your movements. A man who moves too quickly or shifts around nervously signals low confidence, but a man who takes his time, who leans in slightly when making a point, and who pauses before speaking shows dominance. Slow, controlled movements show that you're completely comfortable in your own skin. Smiling is also an important tool, but only when done at the right time. A lot of men approach with a big nervous smile, hoping to appear friendly. Instead, start neutral, then smile slowly as the conversation builds. This makes you seem more mysterious and unpredictable, which keeps her interested. Finally, mirroring is a natural psychological tactic that creates an instant bond. If she leans in, you can subtly lean in a little. If she gestures with her hands while talking, you can do the same in a low-key way. This builds subconscious connection and makes her feel like you're on the same wavelength. Mastering body language separates you from the average guy. A man who controls his presence controls the interaction, and that alone makes him stand out. 6. Know when to lead and when to listen. One of the biggest mistakes men make when approaching a woman is failing to take control of the interaction. Women are naturally drawn to men who lead, men who guide the conversation, set the tone, and make decisions with confidence. But there's a fine balance. While leading is crucial, knowing when to listen is just as important. Leading doesn't mean dominating the conversation or trying to impress her with non-stop talking. It means being the one who creates the flow, keeps things moving, and makes her feel like she's following a man with direction. If you approach a woman and immediately ask her, "So, what do you want to talk about?" you've already lost. That puts the pressure on her to drive the interaction, and most women won't do that. Instead, you should guide the conversation smoothly by starting with something engaging and lighthearted, then naturally transitioning to deeper topics. For example, if she tells you she's into music, don't just say, "That's cool." Instead, take the lead by building on it. All right, so what's your guilty pleasure song? The one you'd never admit to liking, but secretly play on repeat? This type of question keeps things playful and makes it easy for her to respond. But here's where most men mess up. They lead too much and forget to listen properly. Women can sense when a man is only waiting for his turn to speak instead of genuinely paying attention. If she's sharing something about herself, don't just nod and throw in generic responses. Show real interest. The trick is to respond to what she's actually saying, not just the words, but the emotion behind them. If she talks about a recent trip, instead of saying, "That sounds fun," you can go deeper. "It sounds like you love adventure. Do you always look for new experiences, or was this a rare thing?" This makes her reflect and engage more with you, which deepens the connection. A real leader also knows when to create contrast in the conversation. If the energy is high and playful, you keep it there for a while before smoothly shifting into something more personal. This contrast keeps the interaction unpredictable and exciting. Another powerful leadership move? Making decisions for her in small ways. If you're at a social event and she's unsure what to drink, don't say, "What do you want?" Say, "Try this one, you'll like it." This shows confidence without being controlling. Women love men who remove the burden of decision-making in the right moments. Lastly, leading means knowing when to exit the conversation on your terms. If the interaction is going well, don't wait until it dies out. Instead, be the one to wrap it up while the energy is high. You can say, "I have to get back to my friends, but this was fun. We should continue this another time." This leaves her thinking about you and wanting more. A man who leads and listens in balance becomes irresistible. 7. Make her invest in the conversation. Most men fail at approaching women because they put in all the effort while the woman just sits back and observes. If you do all the talking, all the entertaining, and all the chasing, she won't feel any need to invest in you. The key to making a woman interested is getting her to invest in the conversation, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. The more she invests, the more she feels connected to you. When a woman invests in a conversation, it means she's putting in effort. She's not just responding with short answers, she's asking you questions, sharing stories, and expressing her thoughts. This is where most men go wrong. They think their job is to impress her, so they perform instead of engaging her. That's a mistake. If you carry the whole conversation on your own, she won't value it. So how do you get a woman to invest? By making her do some of the work. Instead of only telling her about yourself, get her to reveal things about herself in a way that keeps her engaged. The trick is to ask open-ended questions that make her think and express herself. For example, instead of saying, "So, what do you do for fun?" which leads to boring, predictable answers, say, "Tell me about a time you did something completely out of your comfort zone." This forces her to think, share, and relive an experience with you. That emotional investment makes her feel more connected. Another way to get her invested is through playful challenges. If she tells you she loves cooking, say, "All right, so if I gave you 3 random ingredients, could you actually make something good out of it?" This kind of challenge makes her interact with you in a fun, engaging way. The moment she starts defending her cooking skills or trying to prove herself, she's investing. The same applies to opinions. If she says she loves a particular movie, instead of just agreeing, push back a little. "Really? That's your top choice? Convince me why it's better than another movie." When she starts explaining, debating, or teasing back, she's investing more into the conversation. That investment turns neutral interest into real attraction. Physical investment is another key factor. If she's comfortable around you, she'll start mirroring your body language, touching you lightly, or leaning in closer. But sometimes you need to lead her into physical investment by making small, natural moves that encourage her to respond. For example, if you're standing and talking, slightly lean in when making a joke and see if she leans in too. If she does, that's a subconscious sign that she's engaged. Lastly, never overstay your welcome in an interaction. If you get her investing, end the conversation while she's still enjoying it. This leaves her wanting more and thinking about you after you're gone. A woman who feels she wasn't finished talking to you will remember you and look forward to seeing you again. Make her invest and she'll chase the connection. Approaching a woman for the first time isn't about luck. It's about skill, confidence, and understanding what truly creates attraction. When you master eye contact, approach with purpose, start with strong energy, and control the flow of the conversation, you set yourself apart from average men. Keep her engaged, make her invest, and always know when to exit on a high note. Women respond to men who lead, who stay composed, and who create intrigue. If you approach the right way, she won't just be interested, she'll be hoping you stay longer. Now, go apply this with confidence. If you're looking to take a deeper dive into these concepts, join my Podium community. Link in the description. It's packed with powerful insights to help you master your masculinity in today's dating world. Stay strong, stay focused, and protect your power. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.